is in 8th position. Last year, the Lotus team had Ford HB V8 engines and got into the pits comes Senna. So, let's see how long this takes. From second place, this is his second stop.
See Senna tear off the rifle off his visor, giving him a clear field of vision, a short stop. 8 seconds odd, that's his second stop as he heads out of the pit lane.
And Jonah Lacey is in the pits as well, behind Ayrton Senna. The technicians in Northampton have done a superb job, and here is Schumacher. Now, Senna's stop was 8.5 seconds, straight up to the hydraulic platform which lifts the front of the car off the ground. And the rear wheels are changed, the front wheels are changed, off comes the fuel, and 7.4 seconds for Michael Schumacher, a second quicker than Ayrton Senna, and that should increase the German's lead over 3-time world champion Ayrton Senna.
And I think as we look at Senna, we are going to be seeing now some of the best driving this man has ever been able to put into a car, because he knows that this year, it may not have been the case last year or the year before, he should really be in the best car in the field. He won't have known the measure of the Benetton until this race, in race form, but he's definitely in a truly competitive car, and Schumacher is ahead of him. He was 9.2 seconds ahead. Senna has cut that down to 7.9 seconds. That's 1.3 seconds in one lap, and there are about 15, there are 14 in fact laps to go. So I really think we're going to see some fine motor racing now.
And this is what makes these Grand Prix drivers absolute superstars.
Yes, the level of fitness required now has, of course, increased. The cars are faster in race configuration because of this refueling. But this circuit, too, is very, very demanding. It's a bumpy circuit. Also, most significantly, it actually runs anti-clockwise. Most circuits run in a clockwise direction, but this one, being anti-clockwise, means that the driver's neck muscles are not used to this direction, and therefore more corners are left-handers here, so the neck muscles are just not used to that kind of direction, and that makes it particularly tiring.
Senna is right on the ragged edge. He's cutting into Michael Schumacher's lead on lap 53 out of 71. It's come down from 9.2 seconds on lap 46 to 5.5 seconds on this lap 53. Senna is really pushing now. His dander is up. It's the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's his first drive for Williams Renault. He's in front of his home crowd, and he means to win. But then so does Michael Schumacher, so it's going to be really exciting. There is Senna.
Yep, Senna up behind his teammate Damon Hill. Senna about to lap Hill. This really will be an absolute battle, because Senna historically does not accept second place. He, in Formula 3 races, when he was armed with competitive machinery, he'd almost rather crash than come second. And we certainly hope that's not the case here. There he goes, straight past Damon Hill. So now he's got a clear run at Schumacher. Yes, and of course, it's 16 laps, in fact, to go, not 6 laps, so that really does give Senna the chance. 16 laps to run with some 5 seconds behind is a much better ratio. 0.3 of a second, 0.2 of a second a lap will be enough for him. So let's just see how they get on.
You can see how humid the atmosphere is at Interlagos. There were these vortices coming off the rear wing of Schumacher's Benetton as he goes past David Brabham. That's only the second time that we've seen the young Australian, and that is Damon. That is Senna. Senna. My goodness, Ayrton Senna frantically gesticulating, and that's blown the race for him if Michael Schumacher can just keep going. And I think it's on the climb out of the last corner. There it is, and Senna's lost it. Now, what do you think, Jonathan? Tyre wear?
Well, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that just shows you how hard Senna was trying, and he's pushed himself right to a mistake now. I think it was just probably too much power on one of these tricky second gear corners. Hard on it, the back came out, he spun, and looks like he's got going again, but clearly out of the race in terms of having any chance of, looks like he's pulling off period action. Maybe he has a problem. This could be the other thing, you know, he may have a problem. He makes very, very few mistakes, so one has to be very cautious about saying that Senna made a mistake there, but it did look like, from the positioning, it did look like just too much power, and that's not the sort of thing that could have happened last year. There's his heart rate now. We're getting this year a heart rate 164 beats per minute compared to a normal person on relaxing at, say, 60 beats per minute, so he might be out of the race, but his heart is still pounding, and absolutely no surprise. He's going to be still very hyped up for a long time yet.
Pity they couldn't connect his heart up to the rear wheels of the Williams the way it was beating. And there's Stewart, shows him the board. Again, Senna out. Senna out.